Welcome to Jostens Social. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Kim. We've been using Jostens Social to run our own social platforms for the last few months, and we've been pleasantly surprised at how easy it has been to make our posting consistent.
I totally agree. If you go back on our social media accounts over the past several years, you'll see a trend. We start off strong, but we kind of lose steam as we get busier and the year goes on.
Oh, exactly. I want to say I'm proud of how well we have done this year. I mean, our posting has been so consistent this year, and now we're in November and we haven't even slowed down at all. Well, at least with social posting. But I'm not sure the credit should actually go to us.
I mean, we can take credit for the initiative, but I guess the real MVP has been Jostens Social.
Well, I agree. Jostens Social is a great tool, but a tool doesn't do much if you don't put it to use. Let's talk about the ways we've been using our social platforms this year.
Okay, well, for one thing, we've been posting yearbook sales info, website and telephone info for buying books and buying ads. I get way too excited about creating these marketing posts. I think it's the puns. It's like a yearbook nerd's dream, right? You just write a catchy headline, you have a little marketing post. Sometimes though, I run out of good ideas or I'm just too busy to spend the time thinking something up. So I really love that Jostens Social has like this huge vault of posts just waiting to be used. So if you're not a marketing genius, that's okay. You can still look like one.
And then there are the contests and the fun activities. I think this is what our advisors love the most. We've had a lot of fun running contests with them. We've challenged them to create their own posts, and the winners had their posts shared on our social media with a shout out. One day last week, we posted a link to a Starbucks card so our advisors could grab a cup of coffee on the way to school on us. Jostens Social made that super effective because we could schedule the post ahead of time. It went up at 5 a.m. so teachers could grab their coffee no matter how early they left for work. Oh, and thank goodness we didn't have to get up that early to make it happen.
Right? One of my favorite things to do is to give advisors shout outs. Everybody loves to be recognized for what they're doing. So when Kim or I are out and about and we see something great going on in a school, we snap a pic and then we share it on our social media. So not only is that a good way for the advisors to get the recognition that they deserve, but it kind of creates a place for other advisors to go and find great ideas that are actually working in area schools.
You know, I see that the same type of post being great for our yearbook staff. It could turn into a you're in the book style shout out where they show off pictures of kids that need a little inspiration to purchase a copy, or a way to thank teachers who are sending in photos or are being accepting of yearbookers interviewing students from their class and not closing their door.
Absolutely. There are so many great ways for yearbook staff to use this tool, and it goes way beyond just selling the book. No one wants to follow along on your account if your entire journey is about sales. You want to branch out. They want to see sneak peeks of the book or behind the scenes of the yearbook staff and how things are going.
I mean, it's all about connection. It's a great way to gather information to use in the book, and if you keep your followers interested and engaged, you can post polls or photo requests and get a lot of traction from those to develop content.
Exactly. My favorite thing we've done this year with our social platform, though, is the This Week in Pics post. We started it that very first Friday that school started with some pics of our travels and screenshots of our Zoom meets, and we have continued it every week since. So every time we go into a school, we try to snap a pic of the staff working or a big group selfie. I'm always amazed at the end of the week when I go to make that Friday post at just how much we can get done in 1 week.
And, you know, it's amazing how much the two of us can get done anyway, but I think that's because we do our best to work smarter and not harder. And Jostens Social, to be honest, has been a big part of this job this year. And it's a great way for us to model how to properly use social media for our schools, which goes a long way with our admin.
Speaking of getting a lot done, teachers these days have an awful lot on their plate. And so thinking about adding one more thing can be a little daunting. Even when we know it's pretty easy, it still feels like one more thing for them to learn.
Yeah, and I think that's been the only pushback, but it's been a tough couple of years. But the beauty of this is that you can have a student run things. They set up everything ahead of time, and you can just take a few minutes to check behind them as the yearbook advisor and approve what they want to post. And geez, it is so easy. You really can set up a full week in a matter of minutes. And that even includes me. Okay, not
Totally.
Sarah.
I totally agree. I asked a couple of our schools to tell me what they thought about using Jostens Social. I wanted an honest review. And remember, they've only been using this for a few weeks. So let's hear what they had to say.
I love Jostens Social. It's been a complete game changer for our social media account and has been beneficial to teaching students about marketing and content planning. I was spending lots of time before creating Canva posts, but this has literally everything I need and takes all of 10 minutes to schedule out everything for the week. It has been such a help.
We're really enjoying having Jostens Social. It's making it easier for us to think and plan our posts ahead of time since we can see what's happening when on the content calendar. The option to upload posts or make them in-app is super useful. We're still learning all the ins and outs of social, but it's the game changer I was looking for.
I have a student running our social. As a whole, we do love it because it allows us to schedule our posts and to post in multiple locations quickly. We do find the existing material a little cheesy, but we do use it. It is easy to create our own content as well.
So what do you think? Could every school do this?
Absolutely. It took us, 5 minutes to do a training for them, and that's all they needed to get started.
Exactly. So essentially, you're going to log into Jostens Social, and then you have the option to either choose from the wealth of posts Jostens has already provided.
And there are a lot of them. They all are yearbook related. There are all kinds of posts you can look through. You know me, I love my dogs, so I try to find cute ones of dogs.
Oh, I know. And I love the second option too, which is to create your own post. We have already talked about the yearbook nerd theory, where creating marketing posts is a lot like writing a good headline.
Yep.
And to make it even better, Jostens Social is fully integrated with Canva, which is my current favorite website. I love that you can work in Canva without even leaving Jostens Social if you choose to. Or you can open Canva to create your posts and still upload your saved file. I have a Canva Pro account because, well, I love Canva. And one of the things it allows me to do is to create a brand kit. So I've uploaded all of the graphics I use over and over again.
And that's because us yearbook nerds love a theme more than we love a headline.
Pretty much. So I have my graphics saved, I have my font saved, and at this point I even have templates saved for my regular posts. It's kind of like making a mini yearbook. So I just switch out the pictures and download the post and I'm ready to go.
You have your post. Either you've made it yourself or in Canva and whatever other program you like to use, or you're using one of Jostens pre-made posts. So let's talk about scheduling, because this is really the part that has made our lives so much easier and our content is so much more consistent.
Yes, this is what has kept us from starting strong, but faltering after a few weeks or days, or, well, we'll be generous with ourselves. Let's say weeks.
I'm just glad we don't have to worry about that anymore. I remember calling you or you calling me and going, has anybody posted today? And we were like, oh no. But now we schedule our posts weeks in advance. If we change our mind, we can move them around, delete them, or edit the post. We don't even have to create the post at the same time we want it to go live.
Yes, because if that was the case, you definitely would not have been getting free coffee at 5 a.m.
Oh, that's so true. So we make the posts and we schedule them out, and Jostens Social just takes it from there. We have ours linked to Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I think Pinterest is also an option, but it just does it all for you.
A one-stop shop. You can even check your interactions and like reply or comment on posts that people have left for you.
You know, without Jostens Social, I don't think I would ever even notice if anyone replied to us. So at least I do that. So some of the advisors call this a game changer, and I think they're right. So much of our world runs on social media these days. Everyone has a presence there. I think it's important we dive into that arena too.
I totally agree. And if this still feels overwhelming to you, don't just ignore it and get left behind. Check out the training resources offered. There are articles on all kinds of things to train you, not only on the ins and outs of Jostens Social, but also social media in general.
And you know what always works if you don't know how to do something on a computer? Ask a teenager. That's right.
Follow our social media journey on Facebook at Jostens North Carolina Yearbooks, or on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube by searching NC Yearbooks.
You know, Sarah, if I can do this, any rep can do this, because you know, and I was a social media before this.
And now
all,
you're
it takes, all it takes is just a little time to sit down and just go through it, really. And you can train a yearbook advisor so quick on this.
You don't even have to train them. Just give them a login. They'll figure it out.